Now, apparently, people don't know what getting heat means, right? I feel like people take wrestling too damn seriously. They don't know what getting heat means. It's like there shouldn't be a standard or a ceiling on what heat truly is. See, people don't know how wrestling works, right? I had this moron tell me that Max assaulted that kid that he threw water on. I'm like, wow, bro. That's literally false. When you toss a drink on somebody, that's not assault. I don't care if it's a child or an adult. That's not assault. When you toss a drink on somebody, that is not assault. That's stupid. Come on, bro. See, when people say dumb stuff like that, I gotta make videos like this, right? You know, people are trying to make a double standard between Lacey Evans and Max. And I'm like, okay, there is a double standard, but don't get mad at Max, get mad at his dumb fan base, right? Because look, this is why people don't like Lacey Evans. They think she's not a good wrestler, so that's the reason why they think she should not act like that towards fans, which is dumb because I don't care who you are. When it comes to somebody's skills in the ring, that's very subjective. Because me personally, I think Lacey is very good in her matches. But see, this is why I go after big channels like that, Little Midget from New York. I always go after those big channels who have big voices. Dog, I don't waste my time going at content creators with a small audience. Like, bro, if my fan base is bigger than your fan base and I'm only at 5K, bro, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not going to respond to you. I'm not gonna talk about you. If my audience is bigger than your audience, how does that benefit me? I'm trying to go after bigger channels with a bigger voice who have major influences on these smart marks. That's why I don't respond to small channels, because I'm a small channel. Make that make sense, right? So when I call out that little dwarf from New York, I call him out because he has a big fan base. Guys like that, they influence kids. They influence weak-minded wrestling fans. And they brainwash them. And once they pick a professional wrestler that they don't like, that wrestler is a new target. Omos, Lacey Evans, Baron Corbin, Jinder. The list goes on and on. When you target those kind of wrestlers, they become targets for everybody. So I have to call you out, because when you always call out Lacey Evans, that means she's going to get heat for the wrong reasons. She will get go away heat based on how strong and big your platform is. That's why I go after bigger channels, so I can stop their false narrative and their bias. Now, I'm not here to bury Max or Lacey Evans. I feel like both are good heels. Whatever Lacey is doing, I feel like she's doing a great job as a heel. Same thing as Max. Now, there is a double standard between how come Max gets a hall pass when it comes to everything he does, but Lacey don't. I'll admit that's a huge issue. Do you know why? Because it's the big platforms that brainwash wrestling fans into hating people like Lacey Evans. They have a strong influence. They always kiss Max's ass, so that's why he gets a hall pass from these bigger channels, these bigger people with huge platforms. Like I said, dudes like that are toxic to wrestling fans. Not Max, I mean, people with big platforms, they are toxic and dangerous. It's like Donald Trump. He was very dangerous because he had a huge platform that can easily brainwash people. Right? Facts. That's why I go after bigger channels. And just I'm always calling them out. Especially that little dwarf from New York. He is toxic. But he is very influential. So, here's what getting heat is. What Max did to that kid, that was real, genuine heat. You know why? Because he was in character. He was on the job. He was on TV. Look, you gotta make up your mind, right? So it's fine when Max talks crap about cities and hometowns and people in the audience, but he's not allowed to pour a drink on somebody in his character. It's like, it's wrestling. It's like, what do you want? Do you want him to be fake? It's like, you can't have crap both ways. You can't have things both ways, man. What he did, heels have been doing that for years. Before you was born, bruh. Tons of guys in the 80s, 90s, they were doing that to kids in the audience. Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman used to spit at fans, bruh. You see, this is why the Attitude Era would never come back. Because if you are crying that Max tossed a drink on a kid and it was harmless, it's like, dog, he's a heel. And he's wrestling in a match on live TV. He needs to stay in character. He's literally on the job. So he's supposed to shake that kid's hand and ruin his character during a match? No, he needs to stay in character. That's what his character would do. His character would toss a drink on a damn kid. That's his fake character that he's playing on TV. Right? It's like, you got to make up your mind, man. What Max did, look, that kid actually got free tickets from Tony Khan, and he met people backstage. He met Hobbs backstage. That kid was happy as hell. It's like, what's the issue here? And no, that was not assault. You are a dumbass if you think pouring a drink on somebody is assault. Have you watched the NBA? They pour drinks on dudes all the time, but guess what? They don't get arrested. They get banned from the game, but they don't get arrested. That's not assault, you idiots. Good. People love reaching, but getting heat means if there's cameras around, you on TV, you can act like anybody you want to act like. You know why? You are in character on television. You can say anything, do anything you want to do. But getting heat when the cameras are off, that's not good. That's not getting heat. That means you are doing too much. So whatever Max does off camera, yeah, that's not good. I don't like it when he does that. But when there's cameras around, yes, act like a heel, idiots. It's like, if there's cameras around and I'm playing a TV character on television, I'm supposed to act like a jerk. I'm a damn bad guy. I'm a heel. It's like, what's the problem here? It's like, man, you people are just lames. Like, look, when it comes to going to a professional wrestling show, it's like going to a zoo. It's like going into somebody's house, right? We are walking into their territory. This is their domain. We are in their house. We are a guest in their house. When you pay for a ticket to watch Raw, you are in their house. You are a guest, which means they can act like any way they want to act. You know why? We are in Mac's house. We are in Roman Reigns' house. Right? So yes, they can act like heels. What's the issue here? That's called getting heat. Like, Do you remember Rob Van Dam versus John Cena? John Cena he got destroyed by those fans. You know why? Because he was in their domain. He was in their house. He was an outsider. Right? That's logic. He invaded ECW. That was their house. That was their domain. That was their jungle. He was a guest. It's like, you people are such marks. It's like, I hate going down memory lane, right? So it's bad when Max pours a drink on a child, right? But it was fine when the NWO was getting garbage tossed at him every week on Nitro. So it's fine when ECW was tossing things at John Cena. That's fine, right? Oh, so it's fine when fans do dumb things to wrestlers, but it's a bad thing when they do it back to them. No, brother. Now that's a double standard, right? So for years, fans have been tossing things at professional wrestlers. Back in ECW, WCW, they was tossing things at wrestlers. Hell, Bischoff said he had a battery tossed at him, right? So how is that fine, but it's bad when a wrestler pours a drink on a fan? Bruh, he's a heel. You are not supposed to like him. He has to make it real. He's on live TV. He needs heat. He needs to make it look real. That's what The Rock said. The Rock said his goal was to make it look real as possible. Right? Somebody told me that they went to a show back in the late 90s. This was when The Rock was a heel. He said that The Rock poured a drink on a fan. Okay? That was normal back then. That was heel-like stuff. So let's see, that's how soft we are. Listen, I'm a lifelong fan of pro wrestling. I love heels. I would have loved for Rick Rude or Triple H to pour a drink on me, especially as a kid. Back in the 90s, it's like, bro, they chose you out of everybody in that audience to be in the match. That kid will forever be linked to that Max and Dan Bryan match. Forever. Forever. So if you don't like that, just stop watching wrestling. You're not a true fan. Bruh, don't take this too seriously. These people are playing characters. They are trying to get over. What's the harm of them using fans to get them over? To me, that's an honor. Max chose that kid to get himself over as a heel, which means he used that kid to want to see him get his ass kicked. Common sense, that's called wrestling 101. After Max did that, I'm sure that kid wanted Max to get his ass whooped. That's called heel work 101, dork, mark. That's a mark right there, bruh. If you have an issue with Max tossing water on that kid, you are a mark. You take this thing too damn seriously. Max is playing a fake character. Let me repeat. Max is playing a fake character. And your ass got worked by saying, oh, that's assault. Are you serious? Like, wow. You people don't get laid. It's like you people don't get laid at no parties whatsoever, bro. It's like you nerds, y'all don't. Can y'all spell vagina? No. Like, wow, bro. Y'all think that's assault? Wow, that's insane. But the point is, that's called heel 101. That's called getting heat. When those cameras are on, act like a heel. get heat. And you, as a fan, you should feel lucky that a wrestler chose you to draw heat for their character. What's the problem? Why do you have beef with Lacey Evans? She is a character playing a heel. It's like, dog, in real life, she is a sweetheart. But when she's trying to play a character, she's trying to get over. Let her get over. Bruh, it's wrestling. Lacey is playing a fake character. She is a wife and a mother in real life. So obviously, she ain't no bad girl in real life, right? Hold on, wait a minute, man. It's like we have fallen so low when it comes to pro wrestling. Man, like I miss ECW. Dude, there was days where the Sandman used to pour beer on fans, and they loved it. There was points where he used to give beer to fans and pour it in their mouth. Now we are crying that Max tossed a drink on a kid. It's like, wow, man, we can't be heels. It's like, I miss ECW. It's like, this new generation is like, man, it's so freaking pussified now. It's like guys can't be heels, girls can't be heels without marks taking them too seriously. So it's like, bro, they just worked you. So they must be great heels if they worked you. You think they are not playing around. It's like, dog, that just means you got worked as a mark that you are. I know Mark. I know Max is playing a damn character. Max did that on purpose. Max poured that drink on that kid to get heat. Because he was on TV wrestling in a match as MJF, a fake character he's playing on TV. That's wild, man. I'm done.